Welcome back to Range Anxiety TV. We're back at it again, and here today, of course, with me, as he is all of the time now, is my man Friday, the one, the only.
Boy wonder. It's me. Hey world. Hey Marty. Hey babe. Yeah, we're back looking at something a little bit, I don't know about different, but just something that's also in the stable here down at PowerTech, and something that I actually quite like.
Finish this sentence.
Go.
The vet gets them.
Wow. I was going to say moist, but that's not probably
moister than an oyster.
No, the old saying, the vet gets them wet, that's a bit old, lowbrow. Because to be honest with you, this sort of car was never one that really did it for me much. I was not a big vet fan growing up as a kid.
I never liked going to the vet as a kid.
He probably spent a lot of time there. But honestly, the early vets were pretty cool. They were pretty tough. There were some big blocks. There were some mental ones. But I grew up through the 70s and into the 80s, obviously, and well, they were pretty lame.
They got
soft and weak, but that was all muscle cars. Sorry, not supercars. But finally, they came of age. I reckon. I reckon we're talking when the LS probably came out.
The C6.
C6, and this one, the C7.
They didn't have the emission pack motors anymore. They had good motors.
They worked out how to make them powerful and efficient.
And now they've gone a bit funny again. You know, you put one up on a hoist and a C8, and you can listen for the body to crack in half.
Well, there's reasons for that, though. It's called crumple zones, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah. But this is the last of the front-engined big bangers.
That's right, and that's why this is a good one. This is actually a pretty nice sort of a vehicle. This one, they came out with the LT. They deleted the LS, they've gone LT. This is a special edition. It's a Z06, and it's a LT4.
With a track pack.
With a track pack. We got brakes and wheels and tyres and whatnot on this one.
Because you normally don't come with brakes or wheels?
Well, not good ones.
Okay.
Factories always, they give you room to move. We got what? Carbon brakes. That's pretty up there. And we got some cup tyres from Michelin that are, I don't know, I guess they're not your daily driver tyre, but they're pretty good around the track.
Cup runneth over.
Exactly that. But this one's got the LT4 engine in there too, Marty, it was a good motor in that we've moved on from the LS, we've gone to the new generation, if you like, but they've gone and fitted a little blower to this one. It was only a 1700.
1740?
1740, yeah.
Wow.
The little blower on this actually spun a lot faster. So this thing was actually all about response.
Like a slot car.
Exactly like that. Came on, just like one of your EVs would. Quick, fast, reliable.
Oh, yeah.
But something else that you probably would like about this, you're a bit of a fan of the old T60-60 56 variation, the 6-speed manual.
No. The best gear is...
1 gear.
And how many gears does this have?
7. 7 people. 7 gears.
As if 6 isn't enough. Anyone that's driven a GM puts it into 6 gear. It's 0.5 to 1 ratio, so that at 3,000 RPM you can do 492 kilometres an hour, even though it won't go over 150, but you can't pull it. Why 7?
Purely, I'm a little bit, this is a funny one for me, it's pretty fickle. It's all about emissions and economy.
Yes.
Globally, and especially in America, they get slugged with a pretty hefty, I think they call it gas guzzler tax.
Gas guzzler tax.
Yeah, it is a thing, it really is. So they try and get these as efficient as they possibly can. Real world, you'd need to be driving down a hill, slight gradient, 7th speed, try not to touch the accelerator, and this thing, million kilometres.
So you know we've gone and ruined it, right?
Yeah.
Biggest cam you can get from Texas Speed for one.
Yep. Magnuson blower.
Magnuson 2650, the Maggie. You have to apologise to the ghost of Ron Harrop there.
Yeah.
Stop touching yourself. And E85, big tune on the factory computer, 19 pounds of boost, makes in excess of 800 horsepower at the hubs.
E85 and direct injection on this thing as well. Direct injection, again, another one of those ones.
Oh, you can lay some spark into it with direct injection.
It was there for economy, I guess, and emissions and whatnot, but it actually helps with creating a fair bit of extra grunt out of these things too. Out of the box, 650 horse.
Well, you can run them leaner, higher detonation threshold.
Good thing.
It's really, really good, yeah. Let's take a bit of a deep dive because I don't know. As far as I was concerned, this was an LS1. 5.7, LS the world.
Nah, I think you knew a bit more than that about it, Martin. I'm sure you do. Now, but you've gone the Magnuson blower. Why was that the case?
Because that was all that was available at the time we did this 2 years ago.
Because the LT, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, it had a 1740 on it. We wanted to put a 2650 on it.
I know.
You need big lobes, big boost, big power.
Yep.
And we're aiming for 1,000 horsepower to this, and we're this
Getting
far away from it. Well,
closer.
we just got a low side fuel pump upgrade we got to do. We've upgraded it, but we keep on running the thing out of fuel as we get more and more power. So I think the limit of the factory internals should be a nice, safe 1,000.
Nice.
Well, it's already been to Bathurst and done laps and laps
It has,
and laps
hasn't it? Yeah.
at 800.
Yep. Proven it's reliable and whatnot.
Yeah.
Was it on E85 at that stage? Because I noticed the flex fuel sensor in there as well.
Yeah.
These come with a flex from factory or LTs? I don't know. I'm asking you this one.
Yeah.
You don't know?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think that's been added.
Yeah, okay. But VVT,
Yes.
variable valve, no DOD on these.
No.
So no junk. You don't have to
Variable
throw
valve timing, like you got one big cam moving.
Yeah.
Is that how it works in these?
Pretty much. VVT to me is always like B-Tech, bro, or something like that, when there's multiple cams involved. You know what I mean? When it's a single cam, VVT kind of seems like another bit
It's
of
like putting a single roller skate on a pig. It just doesn't mean anything.
doesn't make any sense. Now I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've deleted the VVT, or that's still in there?
Nah, mate, got rid of that rubbish.
Got rid of it.
Big cam, mate. And like every other car, with when you delete the VVT, I'm dead set against it. I did a podcast on it. It's kind of like emasculates the low-end performance, but this only works being stock internal LS, bro. It only works between a LT. It's always LS, mate.
Yeah.
LT the world.
Yeah. Doesn't have the same ring. No.
But this only operates between 8,500, 9,500, 10,000 RPM, like all stock LSs. It's got that good rev window.
Yeah, nice. And was this interesting one to tune? Was there anything you needed to
Yeah, it was
learn?
bloody hard. There's
Yeah.
all sorts of torque management in these things. It isn't very obvious at first, but we kind of nutted through it. And, you know, but all of the good stuff's there. Like the standard coils are great. And the standard leads are great. You just run a dirty old normal conventional plug in them. You know, there's just all good stuff.
LSs and LTs were renowned for that. All their stuff, factory stuff's real good. People, I don't want to name any brands, but one of the first things I used to see when on the dyno here, people change out stuff to put on stuff that's got bling. It's got bling, it's got brand names written all over it. When it breaks down, doesn't make any power, and you put the stock units back on and see that power figure increase, sometimes don't change it unless it's broke.
Same goes with the clutch. This is still stock clutch, would you believe?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, I don't know. If it works, we keep on fixing things if they break. That hasn't broken.
650 from factory, so they've obviously fitted a clutch they thought was acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on that 7-speed, this has that rev matching.
That is, no, yeah. How does that work, Paul?
Well, I'm guessing magic happens. But what I looked
Good
into,
answer, very
a
technical.
manual transmission that has, like we're talking speed sensor for engine revs, I think engine temperature sensor back there on the trans to figure out how to make you sound like a race car drive when you're going back through the gears.
Yep, and now they're racing things like this in supercars. You'll be driving down the street and people will go, that's Clownsy driving that car. Or Windy Bum, or whatever his name is.
That's a good thing, though. They're racing the Camaro with the LS in it, aren't they? Or is it LT? I'm asking. I don't know.
Ask the video photographer. No, I went and had a look.
Justin, do you know?
It looks like an LS3 to me.
It does look like an LS.
Yeah, that's the world, mate.
Which is weird.
And it proves these things are obviously junk because they've gone back to an LS.
Ooh, that's a big call. That's a big call. I think the LS is finished, which is a bit weird that we're now running them. But LT, that's the future, people.
Not if you ask Mary Barra, who runs GM. The future is all electric. And with that...
Yeah, I don't know what to say about Mary Barra because she should be driving a Ford. Yeah, I think we need to hear it, Mark.
Shall we start it up for the fans?
Do it.
No, you do it. You're the GM boy. Can you reach? Yeah, of course you can when there's VETTE keys on offer. Just give it a fire up.
I've never even got in this thing before.
Then we'll get the wonderful videographer around the back.
Should this thing start, Marty?
Put your foot on the clutch.
It's done.
Oh! We'll give it a blip. It's a little bit on the loud side. That there is the sound of unreliability, but it does actually sound really, really good, this thing. I really, really like it.
Smells nice too.
It's nothing like the smell of E85 in the morning,
it's almost like alcohol in the air, you know? Yeah, I like it. And it's one of your signature tunes too, Marty. Started first time on E85.
Always being a smart ass. And thanks once more for listening to
Range Anxiety.
Stellantis.